Just this phone alone is okay. Boom. 20 million people will see it. So what will happen is the whole world see what is going on around the globe. And around the globe, as you can see, anything you want to achieve nowadays or anything you want to see, just go to social media. Social media is everything. Social media rule the world this time. Before I start this program, this is a 30 to 40 minute program. Make sure you share and make sure you listen very attentively, especially those who are in Ghana. Those who are living in Ghana at this time. This is the crucial time. This is a very hard time for the people of Ghana. We are going to have an election, which is going to happen next month on 7th. Inshallah, that should be a peaceful election. Inshallah. Ghana will live in peace and we want to enjoy the peaceful way that we live in. So before I start this program, I don't want to go back. I want people to listen. Those who have a lot of followers on social media to auto listen. Especially most of the people who are on social media talking, 80% of them don't live in Ghana. We live in abroad. A lot of people insist on social media to cause mayhem in Ghana. There are a lot of people. Not only the people who are living in Ghana who can cause a problem, but rather some people who are on this Facebook alone, who don't live in Ghana, who don't even have family in Ghana, who have never even visited Ghana, who never visited Ghana for 5, 6, 7, 8 years or 10 years. Some people did not visit Ghana for many years, but they are on social media insisting war, insisting violence, insisting a lot of stuff for the people who are living in Ghana. So social media is a tool. It's a very huge tool where people go for any information and anything. Anybody can cause anything, distraction on Facebook, and then distract the whole world. So whenever you are on social media, each country you live in, the government of your country knows you. You need to know that. The Facebook spies watch you. You need to know that. A lot of people don't know that each and every time people spy us. They know you, especially if you have large followers from 100,000 and up. If you have a large followers, you're always on a high target. You need to know this. So what is going on is Facebook takes steps to protect December polls from manipulation. What is the manipulation? A lot of people lie. A lot of people use their page, a large followers page, to campaign for this political party. This will use to campaign for this political party in a lie. Majority of people in Ghana will find it, will start to see, they will start to see that they find something difficult on your social media these days. When you want to share something, or you want to go live, or you want to use your page to do something, there's a lot of things that you need to know. Maybe you don't know. Maybe there's a lot of things too I don't know. I don't know anything, but we need to know. Okay, I'm going to play this audio, and after this audio, then I'll talk to you in a minute. Then we close it for the day. Make sure you share this program when you are here. Share it to your people. Let them know. Because after this, I'm going to drop you something for you to know.
To protect Ghana's election from manipulation is Ikuya Jeche, Facebook's Public Policy Manager, Africa Elections. Thank you very much, Ikuya. Now, this move by Facebook to protect the elections in Ghana from interference, I believe, has to do with accusations voters were manipulated by persons using the Facebook platform in the 2016 U.S. election. How was that possible in the first place?
Thank you you so much for allowing me to join you today. I wanted to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing about the elections this time around. We've learned a lot from what happened in 2016, and a lot has changed since then in regards to how we think about elections and how we prepare for them as a company. I think one big example that is important to note is that we're thinking a lot about how to better combat misinformation and false news. So we're working really hard to fight the spread of misinformation because we want people to see accurate information on Facebook and Instagram. And we want to make sure that people know that it's against our community standards to, for example, share misinformation that could lead to real-world harm or physical harm to people. We also remove misinformation that could prevent people from voting, such as false news relating to the dates, location, time, or voting methods.
All right.
Yeah,
okay. So you're talking about the misinformation, people putting out wrong dates and all that. What are some of the other measures that you're putting in place, and how does that stop or minimize the interference?
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to mention, though, just for clarification purposes on the misinformation standard. We work with over 70 independent fact checkers. In Ghana, for example, we work with Dubawa, because they help us better understand the accuracy of content that is shared on Facebook and Instagram. And we also warn people before they share any information that was rated false, just so they know that, and nobody wants to be the source of false information. And lastly, I think I wanted to call out that people should look out for both online campaigns and radio campaigns with educational information about how you can better spot false news. And we call them 3 questions to help stamp out false news. But in regards to other work that we're doing is we've focused heavily on transparency of political advertising. So as of August, in Ghana specifically, we have rolled out our political ads transparency tools. And what that basically means that anyone in Ghana who wants to run a political ad now has to go through a verification process. They have to prove who they are, and they have to prove that they live in Ghana. And also we run additional checks to ensure that they comply with our policies. That's really important. So you now have unprecedented transparency when it comes to political advertisement, more so than you have on billboards or newspapers. People can see that there's a paid by disclaimer. So everyone will know. You can even look in our ads library for up to 7 years, who's been spending money, who has been seeing the ads running on Facebook. We also do a lot about fighting interference. Fake accounts is one aspect where the company has done a lot of work and invested quite a bit to make sure that we disable them. So as a concrete example, between April and June of this year, we disabled over 1.5 billion fake accounts globally. And if you compare that to 2 years ago, that's 800 million more than in 2018. So you can see that we're making progress. And we've also invested very heavily into people, right? So now we have over 35,000 people alone at Facebook working on safety and security to sort of better understand things like coordinated inauthentic behavior. Is there any sort of manipulation going on of the public debate? And making sure that these type of networks come down ahead of major elections such as the one in Ghana.
All right, now how about WhatsApp, which is also owned by Facebook, has a lot of disinformation or misinformation that's also circulated on that platform. Are there any WhatsApp-specific interventions?
That's an excellent question, and we know how popular WhatsApp is in Ghana. WhatsApp has made some fundamental changes to their product to address the issue of virality and how to better reduce the spread of misinformation and any kind of misinformation that can amplify and maybe exacerbate any type of conflict or violence. So number one, WhatsApp has banned mass messaging. The company has used machine learning to identify and ban accounts that have this sort of behavior. And to give you a bit of a sense of how many accounts we're talking about, the company has banned around 2 million accounts a month globally for this type of mass messaging abuse. You will also have seen, if you used WhatsApp recently, that the company is reducing the number of people you can forward a message to just 5 chats at once. And even you might have seen the 2 errors, which indicate highly forwarded messages as well, where you can only forward that type of message to only one person. We have seen that this resulted in a 70% reduction in the number of highly forwarded messages on WhatsApp. We're extending the same to Messenger and have recently announced this publicly. So these are sort of ways that we can address and slow down the spread of viral misinformation and any type of harmful content that has a potential to hurt people or interfere with the election.
All right, so you talk about what you've done to stop the forwarding of messages or mass forwarding of messages, but it still means that some messages can still be forwarded. Are you in a position to control misinformation that's being shared? Because you tend to get a lot of that.
I think there is no silver bullet when it comes to misinformation, but I can tell you that the company is not only thinking about this issue, but thinking about also the fact that there's also an important component about education, because there's only so much that we can do, because WhatsApp is very different than, for example, Facebook. And WhatsApp messages are end-to-end encrypted. So even the company doesn't have any access to the messages that are being shared. So I think it's important for people to stop and ask themselves, who has shared this information? Why they're sharing it? How does it make me feel? And if you feel passionate about it or you feel very angry about it, you should think before you share it, because you probably have to think about the fact that somebody had an idea or some sort of purpose behind sharing this type of information. So I think it's a multi-pronged approach where we all have to play our part to make sure that we are not the source of misinformation. We don't spread it to our family and friends. We educate ourselves and go to third-party fact checkers to find out the truth. And also that we use the platforms wisely, especially in the lead up to the election.
How much cooperation are you getting from government in all of this?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Around the world, we work with governments and we focus on education. And especially in the election context, we focus on promoting civic engagement. So when we work with civic actors, such as, for example, the Electoral Commission and civil society organizations, we really want to think about, and we train them and answer their questions about how Facebook can be used as a positive tool for civic engagement. You know that in Ghana, we have a lot of young people who've never voted before. So we want to make sure they have all the accurate information they need in order to go in and get involved in their election. And also, what can they find out to keep themselves safe online while they engage on our platforms? In addition, we have teams that conduct virtual trainings on the ads enforcement policy I just referred to earlier, so they better understand how to use those tools, and also how to just civically engage with their audience. So political parties oftentimes want to know how they can better use the tools, and we provide free training in a very transparent and nonpartisan way, so people know how to best engage online.
All right. Now, which other agencies or bodies are you collaborating with? I know that you're doing some work with the media, but apart from the media, which other agencies?
Yeah, I think you were at our recent media roundtable, where we shared some of the recent news of the work that we're doing to support elections in Africa. But beyond media, as key stakeholders, we continue to work with NGOs and CSOs, including here in Ghana, to better understand the challenges, to better understand how we can tackle them more effectively. And this work continues to be instrumental because local partners give us feedback on what are we doing well, but also what are we not doing well, and how can we improve our policies or programs going forward.
All right. And you indicated that we should expect some radio ads as well, talking about to campaign against the misinformation. Now, what should the public or the regular Facebook user know?
Jama'a kan da kawo kai kokari ka share wannan program da sun kare dan zo in explain wani magana kadan.
Great question.
Make sure you share the program, inshallah.
To know that Facebook is committed to helping fight the spread of false news on our platform. I also would love people to sort of think about, especially when they hear our on radio campaigns or as well as the online campaigns we're running, I want them to really think before they share information. People should feel empowered to decide for themselves what they read, what they trust, and what they share by asking 3 questions. Where is it from? What is it missing? And how do I feel? I also want people to report when they see any unwanted or false information to Facebook. Reporting, I always need to emphasize this because not enough people in Ghana report. It is completely confidential and it can be done in 3 very simple steps. So there's really nothing holding you back from letting us know if you come across any content that you think shouldn't be there and that's violating our community standards. And then take a second to inspire your family and friends to do the same thing. Ask yourself, where is it from? What is missing? And how does it make you feel?
All right. Thank you very much, Equia. But before you go, the bit about you not getting enough people reporting from Ghana, could it probably just be that we don't like snitching?
It is not snitching. I think the reality is that we all have to play a big part and role in keeping our community safe. That's happening offline as well as online. So I hope the next time we talk, you will tell me that you also confidentially reported something so we can take down some bad content and so that your family and friends don't have to see it.
Well, I get to report all the time.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Equia Jeche.
Jama'a da ku saurara kan Peace Dawa Media kan da ka auka iya ka share mana wannan program. Omo mun ce Hausa no. Those who cannot speak Hausa, I would like to express myself in Hausa better than English and Chi because I'm not all that good in English and Chi. I love to I can express myself better in Hausa form because I was born and raised with Hausa language. English and Chi, I learnt it in school. So a little bit of disaggregation will come up there. So let me express myself to explain to my people in Hausa. So those who don't understand Hausa and English, play Hausa, but they understand only English and Chi, you already heard what they are saying. So I don't think there is something different that I will say beside all what they said. So let me express myself in Hausa form so I can help my Zongo community or my Muslims community in Ghana or at large. So I'm very sorry for those who are here who cannot even understand what I'm saying. But what I'm going to say, it is all the same thing, just a little bit of different that is going to attach with it. But it is all the same thing like what they are saying on Facebook, out they are going to make a steps to help this election, what is going on in the election in Ghana. So for me to repeat or to continue with the English English language or Chi, I will be very happy to continue with the Hausa and then I can express myself the way I want it. You need to know English. I learned English. I learned Chi, but it is not my language. The language I was born and raised is Hausa. That is the only language I know. I hope you understand me. You're not gonna get any problem with push-up kid. Jama'a kan da kawo kai kokari ku share muna wannan program. Allah ya saka muku da alheri. Kan da kawo kai kokari ku share muna ina da yi mu yi bayani. Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, oko mu ce all these social media tool da su YouTube nga da kake kallo suna da standard community standard da suke tafiya kan abu. Shi yasa ka iya kana kan Facebook maybe kai mai program da yawa ne ana cika rana guda ka zo ka gan kana program amma ba duba ko kana ga accountun ka an hack ko accountun ka an kwace. A lot of things na happen the Facebook a lot. Waɗansu na nan an reportin ka aka ba Facebook on certain things da ka share na siracin wani ko na wani abu da yawa na bani Facebook a report in report yayi yawa ala iya a kama accountun mishi wannan abu yana nan. Sa'annan akwai kaman WhatsApp, akwai mutane da yawa ba su san kaman WhatsApp na iya su bandin ka ba. WhatsApp na iya su band number ka complete. WhatsApp na iya su band number ka complete. Ina da danwa yanzu aka yana kallo na nan mu da shi ne American ga. Yana aiki daga wani babban gida da ban buga sunan. WhatsApp sun band number shi. Saboda ina yake nan da shi da mutanen Ghana suna yawan wani fira. Dole number shi nan inda yake na isa secure area ne dole a band WhatsApp shi bai ya use WhatsApp shi sa inda yayi ne number Ghana aka register mai WhatsApp da number Ghana yake program yake arka da shi daga garin ga shi san na bidan shi inda WhatsApp ne shaidan je kan number shi na Ghana na American bai aiki banda wannan mu kuma da muke sharing a lot of stuff kamar ni aka WhatsApp sun aiko mini wani lokaci sun ridike abin gangana numbers na guda biyu nake arka da su most waɗanda suka sanni tun da WhatsApp ya zo sosai ake tafiya to cikin 2004 da mutane suka fara sanin lamarin WhatsApp sosai ala tafiya WhatsApp ya zo I think kaman 2001 na manta datin da ya zo akwai shi to amma mu dai je ba